A very injured Naruto after his battle in the Valley of the End against Sasuke was lying unconscious in the hospital bed. Meanwhile, the high command of the Leaf was gathered, discussing what had happened. With the desertion of Sasuke Uchiha and how important it was that the Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi could not stop him. It's clear that this Jinchuriki is not suitable. He's too weak, and the fact is that he couldn't stop Sasuke Uchiha, Danzo said. I guess you're right. The boy is too weak to be used as a weapon to protect the village, Homura intervened. Tsunade listened attentively to the words of the Leaf Council and intervened. True, but don't forget who Naruto's son is. If you think of taking the Kyuubi away from him, you would be killing the son of the fourth Hokage. I'm sure Minato would also agree with eliminating such a weak son. He always believed in protecting the village, no matter the cost. Jiraiya intervened. Still, it's very dangerous. Especially finding another vessel for the Kyuubi. Plus Naruto will die when the Kyuubi is taken from him. Kakashi intervened. We need a more powerful Jinchuriki, capable of using the power of the Kyuubi to protect the village. I can get him if he is trained under my tutelage. Everything that happened in the village is due to the mismanagement of the third. If he had given me the child, none of this would have happened. Danzo said. Tsunade looked down. We're okay with this. Taking the Kyuubi away from Naruto and giving it to someone else. Everyone nodded. Kakashi, Jiraiya, the clan leaders and the council all nodded in approval. The decision taken together gave way to the mission to extract Kurama from within Naruto. Danzo took advantage of the situation to notify the village to report on the situation of the Kyuubi Jinchuriki, revealing his identity. His companions and friends became enraged upon learning of this. Comments began like, "He beat me in the Chunin exams by using the power of Kyuubi," were the words of Neji and Kiba. Sakura was also furious. Despite having the power of the Kyuubi, she could not stop her Sasuke. And the comments from her fellow Jonin were increasing. They all went to the Hokage's office to be present when Kurama was extracted from her. The preparations were ready and they took the unconscious Naruto to a place far from the village, where they sealed him so he couldn't escape. Jiraiya, Kakashi and the clan leaders were forming the barrier. At that, Naruto woke up feeling a sharp pain throughout his body. He saw himself with his arms hanging outstretched, his torso exposed while a kind of black ink fell on the ground. "What are you doing? Grandma Tsunade," he said when he saw her. "Naruto. You're too weak, you won't be able to defend the village like this. We're going to extract the Kyuubi from inside you and seal it into another Jinchuriki. After doing so, you'll die," Tsunade said. Naruto opened his eyes in panic, looked at Jiraiya, Kakashi and his companions present and asked them to help him. Receiving bad comments from them. Those who he thought were his friends were betraying him. He received criticism from Sakura when she called him pathetic and a failure. That despite having so much power he couldn't bring Sasuke. Kiba, Neji, Shikamaru and even Hinata herself reproached him. "Very well, we are ready," said Jiraiya, summoning Geratora, obtaining the key to the seal. He approached Naruto, perverted sage. "Stop," Naruto said. "You are a disappointment," Jiraiya said. "Release." The bars that imprisoned Kurama opened. But Kurama, knowing what was happening, was prepared to counter. A red chakra began to cover Naruto with his eyes rolled back. Among those present appeared Konohamaru, who would be Kurama's new Jinchuriki. A vortex opened in Naruto's abdomen from which Kurama's chakra form emerged. Being released. Danzo moved quickly to catch Kurama with his Sharingan, but he didn't count on Kurama letting out a loud roar, violently moving his tails, pushing everyone present aside, leaving them badly injured. "Free at last," Kurama said as he looked at Naruto on the ground. "You still have something that belongs to me, brat," Kurama said. With his huge claw he hit Naruto all over his body, finding his other part, absorbing it completely, increasing his size. He looked in the direction of the Leaf Village and launched a Baijudama, destroying the village. After doing so he left. Tsunade and all the injured participating members lamented not being able to carry out their plans and that Kurama had escaped. Danzo was upset that he had lost his chance to control Kurama and take his power. All the effort he made was wasted. The village had lost a very powerful weapon. Without options they returned to take care of the damage caused in the village, leaving Naruto buried underground by Kurama's attack. None of them really cared about Naruto. They forgot everything he did for them. Naruto remained conscious for a few moments. Underground he remembered his entire life. The mistreatment of the village, just for being the Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi. The preference of his teachers with Sasuke, only for him the best teachers wanted to train him, and an example was Kakashi. When Naruto asked him to train him he refused, leaving him in the care of Ebizu. Jiraiya trained him, but he focused more on spying on the women and not helping him in his learning. They all considered him a weapon just for having the QB inside him. His hatred that he once felt for the village returned, stronger, wishing that if he had a chance he would take revenge on all of them. In a world from another dimension, Goku fulfilled his role as god of destruction of the 6th universe under the tutelage of Vados. Keeping his universe the best of all the 12 universes. Goku was meditating on his planet when he heard the voice of his guardian angel. Vados opened his eyes. Mr. Goku. I'm sorry to interrupt your training, but Zeno-sama requires you in his palace. Vados said. Goku opened his eyes and stood up. Let's go, he said, holding forwards and going to Zeno-sama's palace, being greeted by Daishinkan, who would take him into the presence of Zeno-sama. Zeno-sama. Mr. Goku is here, Daishinkan said. Goku, Zeno-sama said. Little Zen. Hello, why do you request my presence? Said Goku. Zeno-sama told him that he wanted to play with him, to which Goku smiled, fakely agreeing to play with Zeno-sama. After a while, Goku would take the opportunity to make a request to which Zeno-sama would agree. Goku asked permission to go to other dimensions and observe how the mortals of each dimension developed. With the positive response of Zeno-sama, Goku and Vados went through dimensions observing the mortals. Until they reached Naruto's dimension just at the moment where Kurama was being extracted from him. From above he observed how that group of mortals took out a huge fox from inside Naruto's body. I feel an incredible strength from that fox, said Goku, watching as that fox drove away the group of mortals and then attacked the blonde boy and for some reason increased its size as well as its power. He charged an energy sphere and threw it in the direction of a village, destroying it, and then left. What happened here, Vados? Goku asked after everyone left. Vados reproduced what happened previously, and Goku wanted to know more by learning the entire history of this dimension, of this world. Goku felt nostalgia for Naruto, because in a certain way he appreciates him. His parents also saved him when he was a baby from the destruction of his planet. Descending, they went down to Earth. Goku asked Vados to get Naruto out of the ground, noticing that he was still alive, but about to die. Vados, help him, said Goku. Vados healed Naruto. What are you planning to do, Mr. Goku? I asked. I'm going to take him with me and train him, Goku replied. Opening a portal, they arrived at their planet in their universe, where he left Naruto to rest in one of the rooms of his temple. Naruto recovered and was surprised to see the place. Getting out of bed, he went out to look through the window, finding himself in a strange place. You're finally awake, Goku said, appearing in Naruto's room with Vados. Who are you? Naruto asked somewhat arrogantly. Be careful with your words. He is the god of destruction of the 6th universe. Mr. Son Goku, Vados said. God of destruction? You saved me? Naruto said, confused. Goku walked up to Naruto. I saw your story, Naruto Uzumaki said Goku, surprising Naruto by knowing his name. You were betrayed by your friends, for not saving a friend and keeping your promise. Naruto looked down. I don't care about any of that anymore. I just want. He growled, clenching his fists. You know, you remind me a little of me. Tell me, do you want to become stronger? So much so that there won't be anyone who can stand up to you where you come from. Said Goku. Naruto opened his eyes. Really? What should I do? She said excitedly. You will stay here with me for a while and train under my tutelage, but I warn you that my training is not like that of your other teachers. In fact, none of your previous teachers have done a good job training you. In fact, they have only limited you. What do you say? Do you want to train with me or not? Said Goku. Naruto clenched his fist, remembering everything he experienced in the village, and he gladly agreed to stay and train with Goku. In his dimension, news of the Kyuubi's freedom circulated throughout the shinobi world. It reached Orochimaru's ears, telling Sasuke that Naruto had died when Kurama was extracted. Sasuke felt empty at that news. After all, he considered him a friend and a rival to overcome, but now he was dead. What happened? Sasuke asked. Apparently the village's higher-ups were unhappy with Naruto after losing to you and decided to extract the Kyuubi from him and make the 3rd Hokage's grandson their new Jinchuriki, but it all went wrong for them, Kabuto reported. That village really is a bunch of fools. Look, by doing such a foolish thing, they lost a powerful weapon, Orochimaru said, laughing and sticking out his tongue. Sasuke tensed his body. Orochimaru, let's keep training, he said indifferently. Naruto began his new training alongside Goku, who first made him adapt to a gravity 100 times that of Earth. His arduous training began under Goku's command. In addition to that, he wore heavy training suits. It took him 7 months to adjust to the gravity of training. Naruto wanted to use the clones to adapt faster, but Goku forbade it. saying that it wouldn't be productive to receive so much experience at once. From the clones it would only end up exhausting him, so he should first strengthen his own body without using techniques. He followed Goku's advice, and in just over 2 years he mastered a gravity of 100 times that of Earth. And not only did he manage to master the Genkidama, but instead of concentrating all that energy into a sphere, Naruto absorbed all that power into his own body, increasing his physical capabilities. A curious symbol manifested on his forehead. It was the same symbol that Hagoromo had on his forehead without being red. "What does this symbol mean?" Naruto asked. "I understand that. Why did you get that symbol when you absorbed the spirit bomb?" said Goku. "It is a sign that young Naruto has mastered natural energy. In his dimension it is known as Senjutsu. Young Naruto's body has become so strong that he is able to control the full power of that enormous spirit weapon. Currently in his world Naruto would be the most powerful," explained Vados. "Still, Mr. Goku, please teach me how to use the key of the gods," Naruto said. Vados intervened. "Unfortunately it is impossible, young Naruto. His power is different from ours, he cannot obtain that power." Naruto became discouraged, "But there is a certain relationship between his power and ours. Maybe he can change his chakra for a divine chakra." "Can you do that, Vados?" Goku asked, confused. "The process is serious, similar to when you obtain the power of destruction. The training will be very strong, to be able to change your chakra into a divine chakra," said Vados. "I don't care, let's start," said Naruto. Naruto began his new training to obtain divine chakra. Using clones to understand the nature of divine ki and couple that knowledge to his power. Understanding that, to obtain divine power, he had to learn to hide his chakra so that his opponent would not notice it, as well as understanding that having more power did not mean being stronger, since it was a superficial aspect and not an attribute of a god. Understanding everything, after completing the 3 years he finally managed to change his normal chakra into divine chakra, and points appeared on the outside of the symbol on his forehead. During his time in training, due to Vados he learned the history of his Uzumaki clan. Learning how his clan was destroyed by the countries that feared them for their power, and also that the Leaf Village did nothing to help them, despite being allies. The Leaf did not send any help to his clan, to avoid problems with the other nations. He observed the life of his mother upon her arrival to the village, how she was treated, and that his father's wishes were not respected. His father, the 4th Hokage, wanted him to be recognized as a hero by retaining the Kyuubi in his body, but the village despised him. In the 3 years Naruto had become a god thanks to Goku's training, mastering his power, perfectly becoming an expert in taijutsu, perfecting his Rasengan by adding the wind element and creating a separate variant of the Rasengan that served as protection. Surrounding his entire body with the Rasengan that protected him from external attacks due to the violent rotation of chakra. "Alright Naruto. It's time to see how strong you've become," said Goku. "I'm ready," Naruto replied. Face to face Naruto faced his master in a fight to test their results. Goku attacked with a ki blast that was rejected by Naruto's defensive Rasengan. He launched himself at Goku with a strong blow that was stopped with one hand. Naruto continued to press Goku, making him retreat, but Goku only stopped him with one hand. 2 clones appeared at Goku's feet, hitting him, lifting him into the air, appearing Naruto and 4 clones with the Rasengan in each hand. "Rasengan bombardment," the clones shouted. Goku created a barrier around himself, making the clones disappear. Naruto created his defensive Rasengan, hitting Goku's barrier in a violent clash. Goku was pleased with Naruto's results. From the ground Naruto appeared inside Goku's barrier, connecting a Rasengan that Goku tanked but backed away. Goku's eyes glowed and invisible blows hit Naruto, who fell into the lake. Naruto emerged from the lake, soaring above it. He had mastered the flying technique to perfection. "You've gotten very strong, Naruto," Goku said. Naruto recognized Goku's stance was the Kamehameha. Naruto smiled and raised his hand, charging his colossal Rasen Shuriken. Both attacks collapsed in a huge explosion, from which Naruto was sent hurt against the trees, complaining of the pain with his eyes closed. When he opened them, he found Goku pointing his fingers at his forehead. Naruto smiled as he stood up. "I've gotten stronger, but I can't force you to use one of your transformations," Naruto said. Goku smiled. "You shouldn't worry. I've been training longer than you, but it's amazing how much progress you've made." "Mr. Goku. It's about time," Vados said. Naruto looked down. "I guess it's time to say goodbye." Vados looked at Naruto. "This will be a gift, young Naruto," Vados said, hitting the ground with his staff. 2 different chakras belonging to his parents appeared on Naruto's body, materializing as spirits. "You are," Naruto said sadly, looking at Vados, who smiled at him. Kushina was the first to hug her son Naruto, telling him how happy she was that he was okay. Minato, for his part, stayed in his place, to apologize for sealing the QB inside. He never wanted anything like that to happen. Naruto hit him in the abdomen, complaining about it, making him cry, but in the end they ended up reconciling. Naruto really liked his mother's red hair and wanted to have it, as well as hers. They spent a nice time as the family they couldn't be. Telling her their whole story. "What are you planning to do, Naruto? Are you planning to take revenge on the village?" Minato asked fearfully, knowing how powerful Naruto had become. Naruto, who was resting on his mother's bed, looked at the lake. "For a time, I wanted revenge. To destroy the leaf for what they did to me, but now I no longer care what happens to the village." "It means you're not going back to the village," Kushina said. Naruto confirmed, "I have a new goal, Mom. I'm going to rebuild our clan, in our land. I'm going to gather surviving members of the clan scattered throughout the shinobi world and we will form the most powerful nation. I will take care of protecting them all and I will not allow anyone to hurt us, to not be sent to other countries for selfish reasons and to be discriminated against for their origins," said Naruto. Kushina hugged her son, shedding a few tears. "Thank you, Naruto," said her mother. Minato stood up. "I gave my life for the leaf, but after knowing what they did to you," he clenched his fist and looked at his son, placing his hand on his head. "Whatever your decision, son. I will always love you." Minato and Kushina's spiritual forms began to fade away in tears, thanking him for being their son. Naruto said goodbye to his parents, shedding a few tears at their departure, but he was able to have a few moments with his parents. "Young Naruto, it's time," Vados said, opening the dimensional portal. Naruto wiped away his tears and looked at Vados. "Miss Vados. I would like to ask you one last favor." Vados looked at him. "Can you change my hair color to the same as my mother's?" Vados nodded. He slammed his staff on the ground, changing Naruto's blonde hair to his mother's red, and giving him a new outfit with a long red jacket with black flames. "That's fine," Vados said, showing him his new look. "Thank you very much," Naruto replied as he entered the portal. "Goodbye, Mr. Goku, Miss Vados." Goku waved his hand. "I'll see you again." "That won't be possible. I broke one of the laws of the gods, by bringing you to this world. It will be the last time we see each other," said Goku. "Thanks for everything," Naruto said. "He'll appear 2 kilometers from the Leaf Village. I assume he has business there," Vados said. "Thank you, Miss Vados," Naruto said, waving his hand as he passed through the portal. Arriving in his dimension, he looked at the village wall in the distance. The idea of destroying it crossed his mind, but he refrained from doing so. Naruto hid his chakra and advanced towards the village. He had to visit a place, to recover something important if he wanted to rebuild his clan in the country of the whirlpool. He passed through the main entrance where the same guards as always were, who had knocked them out. The village had not changed at all. It was still the same village as before he left. He walked through the village in the direction his parents told him. Many people looked at him with curiosity. He ignored them, arriving at the residence that was his parents', where he felt several chakras guarding it as well as a barrier to protect it. Naruto knocked them out and thanks to his mother he broke the barrier, entering the house, locating the portrait of his parents, removing it, finding a scroll, where there were some sealing jutsu of his clan. He retrieved the scroll and went to Ichiraku's ramen stand for the last time, where the owners looked at him attentively, but did not recognize him. Their hair and attitude changed completely. Naruto ate in silence until a voice was reborn. It was Shikamaru entering the ramen stand, along with Sakura, Ino, Hinata, Neji, Tenten, and Rock Lee. Taking a seat next to him, talking about Gaara's rescue mission. Naruto listened carefully, learning that Akatsuki had already mobilized, capturing Gaara's Shukaku, and that because of that Gaara had died, but an old woman named Chiyo revived him at the cost of her life. They also talked about Kakashi's new ocular power. Apparently everyone had become stronger, but none of them were a match for him. "Thanks, old man," Naruto said, paying for his meal. As he walked away, only Hinata looked at him for a moment, but she didn't think it was possible. Naruto disappeared from the village. He already had what he needed. Now he had to go to the Uzumaki clan temple on the outskirts of the village. Looking at all the masks hanging on the wall, he searched everywhere trying to find some information, to reconstruct his clan without finding anything. He noticed a familiar mask similar to the Shinigami from the Grim Reaper sealed jutsu that his father used to seal Kurama. And he remembered that the third Hokage used the same jutsu to seal Orochimaru's arms. He knew that Orochimaru would do anything to break free from the Grim Reaper seal, and since it was a jutsu from the Uzumaki clan, he probably had information about his clan. He had to pay Orochimaru a visit and maybe meet Sasuke again after all this time. At the village, Tsunade was receiving reports from the ninjas that Naruto knocked out, and Danzo also entered with Homura and Koharu, explaining that someone had entered the 4th Hokage's residence and taken a scroll with sealing jutsus from the Uzumaki clan. Tsunade assumed it would be Orochimaru since she knew beforehand about the sealing jutsu that her sensei used to seal Orochimaru's arms. Orochimaru. It was probably Orochimaru or one of his followers, Tsunade said. Are you sure? Koharu asked. I agree. Danzo intervened. Sarutobi sealed Orochimaru's arms with a sealing jutsu of the Uzumaki clan. Besides the fact that 3 years have already passed, Orochimaru will surely try to possess Sasuke Uchiha's body, and if he does, we will be unprotected. From the previous mission, we obtained valuable information from one of the Akatsuki members. About a secret meeting between Kabuto, Orochimaru's right-hand man, and the Akatsuki killed in the Kazekage rescue mission. If we're lucky, we'll catch him along with Sasuke Uchiha, said Tsunade. Well, let's not waste this opportunity, Homura said. A team will be sent for the mission, Tsunade said. Danzo listened to what was necessary. He had to make his move by sending one of his root members on a mission with another separate mission. He would send Sai on a mission to assassinate Sasuke. Tsunade heard the reports from the guards at the entrance who before falling unconscious looked at a red-haired subject in the distance, and after that they didn't know anything else. Tsunade noticed this was somewhat suspicious. Naruto rested at an inn to spend the night. In the morning, Naruto regretted not having learned teleportation from his master Goku. Now it would be very useful. However, he was reviewing the scroll he took from his parents' house, finding the Hiraishin Jutsu, one of his father's symbol jutsus. At the inn where he met the team for the mission. Naruto heard about the mission to catch Orochimaru and recover Sasuke. Hearing them, he followed them from afar. Then he saw how Sakura hit Sai for saying something about Sasuke that she didn't like, and Sai smiled as if he didn't care. In the past he would have reacted the same way too, but not now. The village, his former companions, meant nothing to him. They arrived at the bridge where the meeting took place, when Kabuto appeared and attacked Yamato disguised as Sasori and then as Orochimaru. Sakura would lose control, destroying the bridge suddenly. Sai took advantage of this to join Orochimaru, giving him a scroll, so Orochimaru would take him with him and Kabuto. Before entering his lair, Naruto appeared, cutting off their path. Long time no see. Orochimaru. Kabuto, Naruto said. Orochimaru opened his eyes slightly and laughed, saying, so you're still alive, Naruto Uzumaki. The revelation shocked Kabuto and Sai, who couldn't believe that Naruto was still alive. Naruto? Kabuto said. You've changed a bit. Orochimaru looked at him attentively. Something had changed in Naruto, and it had nothing to do with the color of his hair, and he wondered about that symbol on his forehead. Orochimaru, we have to talk, Naruto said. Orochimaru laughed. Don't tell me you're here to get Sasuke back. No, he replied dryly, I don't care what he does. We can talk calmly. Kabuto, entertain our guests. Come with me, Naruto, he said, entering his lair. What do you need to talk to me about, Naruto? The 3rd Hokage sealing technique belongs to my clan. I'm sure that during this time you've researched how to get rid of the seal. I want you to give me all the information you've collected. Naruto said. What do you want it for? Orochimaru asked. I'm going to rebuild my clan and I need all the necessary information, Naruto replied. Orochimaru laughed and Sai connected what happened in the village. He knew that Naruto was behind the incident. They arrived at a room, entering and meeting Sasuke, who took a few seconds, but recognized Naruto and would try to put him in a genjutsu, but only Sai would be affected. You've improved, Naruto, Sasuke said. You too, but nothing you do will work on me, Naruto replied. Sasuke noticed the great change, feeling an overwhelming pressure. He looked deeper, trying to find the Kyuubi, noticing that it was no longer inside him, as the rumors said, wondering what that symbol on his forehead was. He stood up. Orochimaru, let's train. Orochimaru proposed a fight between Naruto and Sasuke, to see how much they had improved, and he had some interest in Naruto. Naruto refused, saying that he wasn't here for a stupid fight, he just wanted information about his clan that Orochimaru was able to gather. If you fight, I'll give you all the information, plus a certain jutsu I found about your clan, Orochimaru said. Naruto agreed to the request and led them to a cleared area where Naruto and Sasuke would face each other for the second time. Why didn't you kill me that time? Naruto asked. In the blink of an eye, Sasuke arrived with Naruto unsheathing his sword. That time I didn't kill you on a whim, this time I will kill you on a whim. Sasuke's sword pierced Naruto, who disappeared, becoming a clone. You've become stronger, Sasuke, but I've also become stronger than ever. He moved his kunai, which was blocked by Sasuke's sword. Activating his Sharingan, starting an incredible fight, where only the metal of their weapons spoke. Orochimaru was excited by Sasuke's progress, but also by Naruto's, wondering what training he did to become so strong, but he knew that Sasuke was not serious about fighting because he had not yet used his curse mark. Naruto dodged a spinning kick from Sasuke, counterattacking with a hook, pushing Sasuke away. He would get up running, wielding his Chidori sword, which would be blocked by Naruto's kunai, leaving Sasuke and Orochimaru surprised. "You've become strong, Naruto," Sasuke said. "You too, Sasuke," Naruto replied. "But I am more," continued Sasuke, "Chidori Nagashi." "Rasengan," Naruto said. Chidori and Rasengan collided, causing destruction in the lair, and the more they collided, a strong explosion occurred, destroying the lair just as Yamato and Sakura and Shikamaru had arrived. Sakura, seeing Sasuke, would try to approach him, but he looked at her with contempt, making her stop. "Sasuke Uchiha. We have orders to take you to the village," Yamato said. "The village this, the village that. I'm fed up." He jumped up, raising his arm, being stopped by Orochimaru, who reproached him for trying to use that jutsu. "It seems you are still second in the village, Naruto," Orochimaru said. Sakura, Shikamaru and Yamato looked at the red-haired boy who rose to where Orochimaru was. "Naruto," the three shinobi of the leaf said. Naruto looked at them with contempt. "I don't care what they think. Give me the information." Yamato rushed to try to stop them from escaping, but Naruto destroyed his wood style with his defensive Rasengan. That left the leaf-style warriors impressed. They didn't understand why Naruto was helping them escape. "Come to this address, Naruto, and I will give you the information you want." Orochimaru handed him a scroll and disappeared with Sasuke and Kabuto in fire. Naruto looked back at the leaf ninjas and flew away, hearing Sakura's voice calling. The Yamato team returned to the village and reported to the Hokage what happened on the mission, who was impressed by the report. "Naruto is alive," Tsunade said. "It's not possible. Even though it may seem impossible, that's how Lady Hokage is. Apparently, she was with Orochimaru all this time. And not only that. He's very powerful, from what I saw," Yamato said. "Besides, he stole the scroll from the 4th Hokage's residence." Danzo entered the Hokage's office, interrupting Sakura. "Only he could do it," Danzo explained what Sai told him. "What do you plan to do with that scroll? Other than the information you can get from Orochimaru," Tsunade said. "In that scroll are jutsus of the Uzumaki clan belonging to the village. It is reason enough to be considered a traitor of the village, in addition to joining Orochimaru. He must be placed in the bingo book as a high-ranking criminal." Danzo spoke. Yamato continued to report on the mission, Naruto's changes, the seal on his forehead, and the supposed battle that took place between Naruto and Sasuke. Tsunade was impressed by the progress Orochimaru made with Naruto, after losing the Kyuubi. Danzo for his part left the Hokage's office and walked to his facilities holding on to his cane, cursing Orochimaru and Naruto. But what he regretted most was that his plans did not merge. It was Danzo who planned to take the Kyuubi away from Naruto and then control it with his ocular power, but he did not expect Kurama to escape, and after this time, he had not captured him. What's more, all the Anbus he sent to locate him died. Naruto, with the information obtained from Orochimaru, headed to his home country. The village of the Whirlpool. As he was flying over the ruins, he felt nostalgia, seeing his mother's home destroyed. He landed and walked through the ruins, in that he felt the chakra coming from a destroyed building. He entered inside, falling unconscious due to a sleeping gas. When he woke up, he found himself tied to a chair and a voice asking him who was he. "I am Naruto Uzumaki, son of Kushina Uzumaki, the second Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi," Naruto answered. An older man stepped out of the shadows. He had pale red hair. "You're Kushina's son?" the man asked, looking at him intently. Naruto nodded. "I'm his son." "Really?" Naruto said. That word confirmed, and the older man hugged him. "So you are my great-grandson. I am your mother's grandfather." The man gave the order to untie him, and another Uzumaki came out of the shadows untying him. The Uzumaki man identified himself as Ashina Uzumaki. He introduced several members of the Uzumaki clan hidden underground that his grandson and heir of the Uzumaki clan returned, but it hurt him to tell him that he would now spend his entire life underground. Naruto clenched his fists, saying, "Why hide? Why not rebuild the clan?" His grandfather would tell him that it was not possible. The Uzumaki clan barely had 500 survivors, and only a few could fight to defend themselves. He told him the story of the attack and how they sent several members of his clan to nearby villages, making their attackers believe that they had won while they hid underground like worms in fear of being completely destroyed by their skills. How the Leaf Village did not send reinforcements to help them, as they wanted to avoid conflicts with the other nations. Naruto clenched his fist as he stood up. You don't have to hide anymore, Grandpa. I'm here. I can protect you all, bring our brothers from the other villages and rebuild our clan. Really? Naruto said. Everyone present looked at him, but lowered their gaze and his grandfather spoke, Naruto, son. What can you do? We couldn't do anything. I'm strong, Grandpa. I'm stronger than anyone else, I can. His grandfather interrupted him. Naruto, you are young, you have a life ahead of you, don't stay here. Go out into the world and make a life for yourself. We will just wait for death. Naruto clenched his fist and released all the power he had gained during his training with Goku and Vados. Everyone present was paralyzed at the sight of such a display of power. Naruto's chakra was like flames with bright flashes. The symbol of the 6 paths of Senjutsu was formed on Naruto's cloak. His grandfather asked him what that power was. It's called Divine Chakra, Grandfather, and I obtained it through hard training with a god of destruction. When the village betrayed me and stole my Kyuubi, my master saved me and trained me on his planet in another dimension. He had a totally different power than mine, much more powerful, called Ki. I wanted to learn it, but I couldn't. But with the guidance of Mr. Goku and Miss Vados, I was able to change the nature of my chakra and make it divine like its power. Grandpa, no one in this world can defeat me. My master told me, I can protect our clan, train it, and rebuild the clan, said Naruto. We can obtain that divine chakra, said one of those present. Naruto stopped emitting his power. I don't know. I trained with a god, to obtain it. Naruto looked away, remembering his arduous training and everything he went through to obtain his power. But you can use that divine chakra. Then you are a god, you can teach us, another Uzumaki said. If you could, I remember all the training and guidance from Mr. Goku and Miss Vados. If you could teach them, Naruto said. Lord Ashina, please. We are tired of hiding underground. Your grandson is here and can make us stronger. We can rebuild the clan and take revenge on those who attacked us and the Leaf for abandoning us, said another Uzumaki. If we do that, it will only draw the attention of the shinobi world and cause more death. I'm tired of wars, Ashina said. Grandpa, Naruto intervened, Uzumaki people. For a time when I was a child I hated the Leaf, I wanted to get revenge on them, for how they treated me for being the Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi. I stopped hating them for a while, but after their betrayal that desire came back stronger, but my teacher Mr. Goku knew how to guide me correctly and I gave up on taking revenge. The Leaf Village and its people, I don't care what happens to them. I only have one goal, and that is to rebuild our clan. Grandpa, we can rebuild ours and bring back our brothers from other villages, said Naruto. The clan members clenched their fists, remembering the past. They wanted revenge, but they also remembered their leader's words about war and avoiding the same situation again. They said they just wanted to rebuild their clan, they didn't need to use the divine chakra. As long as Naruto trained them and became strong enough, it was enough. Ashina agreed, but they would need a large barrier to protect their village while they recover. Naruto smiled and asked them to go outside with all the survivors of his clan, performing a set of seals that his grandfather recognized when he saw the seals. Naruto hit the ground with his palm, saying, Uzumaki style. Whirlpool barrier jutsu. Naruto, where did you learn that jutsu? His grandfather asked. I'll tell you later, Grandpa, but first. Naruto looked at some rubble. Get out of there at once. Shinobi from the rock emerged from the rubble. The members of the Uzumaki clan wanted to attack them, but Naruto stopped them. No, let them go so they can inform everyone that the Uzumaki clan has resurfaced, stronger than ever. And take the rest who are hiding. I can clearly feel their chakras. If they haven't left our territory in half an hour, I would leave one of them alone to give the message. The rock ninjas backed away, because they felt immense pressure when Naruto unleashed his power and thought it could be Ashina Uzumaki since they recognized him. Some members of the clan said it was not a good idea to let him go, but Naruto would tell them that it did not matter since sooner or later they would find out. Besides, the barrier jutsu was made with his divine chakra and it would be impossible for them to break it, and even if they did, they would have to face him. In addition, they could only go out, but not enter. Days passed and the rebuilding of the clan began, as well as the other nations found out about this and were afraid of the power that Naruto unleashed, but they thought it was Ashina who did it. Naruto began to train several men in the use of the Rasengan. He received a mission from his grandfather, to bring the members of his clan scattered in the shinobi world. Don't worry, Grandpa. I'll bring them all. Seriously, Naruto said, extending his thumb. Naruto went out on his first clan mission and his grandfather named Uzukage was happy. In addition, he learned that the shinobi world thought he was the owner of that power that belonged to Naruto. As long as they thought so, Naruto would be protected. He left his office and saw several members of his clan practicing the Rasengan and others focused on their sealing jutsus. Naruto split into several clones to go in search of the surviving Uzumaki scattered throughout the shinobi world. 4 days passed and Naruto was only able to gather 10 clan members. Many of them were happy to return to their clan, their land and were welcomed. However, during those days many shinobi from other villages attacked him, because the leaf placed him in the bingo book as a Class S criminal. The clan began to rebuild slowly with the guidance of his grandfather. They began with the cultivation of lands. In addition to fishing, they began to establish economic relations with nearby towns, in exchange for the protection of the clan. "It's amazing everything you've done," Grandpa Naruto said. "You better learn it too. You will be the next Uzukage. The leader of our clan," said his grandfather. "Maybe it should be someone else. Even now there is tension in some nearby villages because of me," Naruto muttered. "You say that because my name is in the bingo book," his grandfather replied. "Those damned leaf wielders." He clenched his fists. "I just took back what belongs to our clan. All of them, they only saw me as a weapon because of the QB. It doesn't matter anymore. You're here now, and your duty as my grandson and future heir to the clan is to protect him." "Grandpa, you can name someone else as clan leader. I'm a shinobi, I can help the clan more with high-ranking missions," Naruto protested. "This is not up for discussion, Naruto. You are currently the only one who can use divine chakra. Which makes you the most suitable candidate for the position. Unless you can find another Uzumaki who is capable of using it. None of them are suited to use it, they may have the vitality and energy needed. But that won't be necessary, so that their bodies can withstand that chakra," Naruto said. "Why do you say that, Naruto?" his grandfather asked. "I died when I tried to control the divine chakra, but my body couldn't contain it. The power was so much that I ended up exploding. With all that power," Naruto confessed. His grandfather opened his eyes. "You died?" "In fact, I've died 4 times, Grandpa," Naruto confessed. His grandfather was more surprised. "The first was when they extracted the QB from me. The second, when I tried to control the divine chakra in its purest form. The third was in a serious fight as my master. The one who trained me during this time. And the fourth was when I fought the most powerful mortal in the universe who was under my master's care. Someone called Hit. I couldn't do anything against him and it only took 1 blow to kill me." "A blow?" his grandfather said, surprised. Naruto nodded. "I also trained with him for a while, he taught me some things, but I went back to my master." "So, apart from you, there is no one who can use divine chakra," his grandfather said, walking to his desk. "Then you alone are the heir, Naruto. But if you can make someone else master it, I will give him the title of Uzukage and you as his advisor." Uzukage-sama, a shinobi from the clan, entered and looked at his leader and grandson. "Your grandson is here too. He's perfect." "What's wrong?" Ashina asked. "The QB. The QB appeared on one of the islands that are under our protection. It is destroying everything. Please. Stop it." "I'll go, Grandpa," Naruto said, and his grandfather nodded. "Have the shinobi evacuate the civilians from the attack area. I'll take care of him." "Yes," said the shinobi, disappearing in a sunshi.